Hi everybody, my name is Chrissy O'Malley and this is Better Science Teaching. What I'm going to do today is just let you come along while I work a little bit on my teacher planner. I know it seems like a very early start on teacher planners. I like mine to be very functional, and so I like to have mine ready to go ahead of time. And, you know, I know that some people don't like setting theirs up right away in the summer because different reasons. Schedules change sometimes for the school year, days bobble around a little bit. Or maybe you have the uncertainty of whether or not you're even going to return to the same building. All that stuff is fine. If it doesn't work for you right now, that's okay. If you're watching this in August, that's fine. There's no reason to feel like you're behind. But this is just something that I do because I feel like it helps to set me up for a more successful year, and it gives me more time to do things ahead of time. And one of the things that I tell my students a lot of the time when I'm encouraging them to do something early is I'll say, future you will thank past you. And so I know that when that week in August where we have to report comes around, I know that August me is very happy that June and July me spent a little time with planning, because I like to, because honestly, things come up in that time. Things that have to get tended to very quickly before the school year starts. And sometimes if I don't have the stuff done ahead of time, it just gets pushed off. And for me, that's not a great organizational situation. Because then I'm doing things more weekly, and I prefer to plan things more long term. If you are a person who's been involved with me as a teacher or as some kind of coach, one thing that you'll know is that I have a lot of things laid out in a year-long schedule, because that's the way my brain likes to compartmentalize it so that I can move forward. So anyway, what I'm trying to do today for people who may be watching or following along, or if you're setting up your first planner, is I have my planner that I've already worked on a little bit. And I've got 3 teacher sticker books that I bought this year. I've got Teacher Florals because I just fell in love with it, honestly. The Out for Adventure sticker book, which I think is a student sticker book that matches my teacher planner. And then also this thing called Seasonal Type Teacher Stickers, whatever it is, Seasonal Types Teacher. Because I enjoy having holiday-themed things in my planner. In other years, I use some different things, and so I have this one with boxes, and I really like these boxes, but I'm just trying to limit myself right now because I'm trying to show you guys that you don't have to have 100 different sticker books. You can just pick a couple that you really like and just use those. And I think all of these I bought on sale. And so full price, they're about $20. But, if you pick them up at Michael's with a coupon or find them online for sale, you can get them for $10 or $12. And these last me a long time. I have some sticker books that I've been pulling stickers out of for years and still am not to the point where I'm like, oh, this sticker book is junk now. And I think what will probably happen with those is that they'll just get recycled into my classroom as, I give them out to kids. There are some kids that are actually really into planners too that I encounter. And different kinds. I've had students who like Darren Condren planners and students who like Happy Planner. And so we'll have discussions about those, and they think it's kind of cool to get a neat sticker. And honestly, what am I going to do with them? I have stickers that I found in my office space and in my desk drawers that I've had since I was a kid, and I didn't enjoy them, and that was kind of really sad. So, if you want to decorate stuff, decorate stuff. If you don't, that's fine too. My first teacher planner, I just used a pen and then no stickers. But I thought that it was fun, so I started doing it. So, some of the things that I've done, as I said before, I changed the rings. I got some sticky notes because they kind of matched. I've lined up my checklists, and this pink one is currently marking the first week of school. There's a couple reasons I like to plan things out in advance. One of them is having a full year set of plans lets you anticipate where the interruptions in your year are going to be, so that when you're doing your lesson plan, you can kind of count out how you want your units to go, which is one of the things that I do. Another thing is I make a schedule for my students, and I put it in a syllabus, so I tell them approximately when we're going to be ending each unit, and I'm usually pretty close to that. And that's really helpful for them. You can also put in a syllabus. And so if you're thinking back to some of the great syllabuses, I know, how often do we study our syllabi, but I really appreciate a syllabus that includes information about when things are going to be due and when we're going to be able to see things. And so I make those for my students. But in order to do that, I need to figure out what my year plan is. If I'm only planning week to week, then I can't predict that stuff in advance. If you're worried about how are you going to predict that, and you've taught a course before, pull out your old lesson planner or open that computer file where you're keeping all that information and just take a look at it. I like to do mine with Post-it notes. I put my plans on Post-it notes and then I peel them off. Frequently I save them. This year I was not good at saving them just because I didn't want all the clutter around. But you can actually save your Post-it notes with your daily lessons on them from year to year and then just reuse them the next year. I'm substantially modifying mine this year though, so they're not going to be the same. But anyway, that's something you can do. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on this. I have my August plan. I decided to leave this page, and I like this divider. So one thing you'll notice, and I'll mention this a couple of times, is that when you have a character, you want them to be usually facing the center of your page or the center of your spread. And so on a page like this, this is pretty good. We've got a bird facing this way. Our main bird is facing the center, and our person is facing the center. So that works out well. For the seasonal aspect of this, if you take a look at the seasonal type sticker book, these are always funny to me because they kind of start in a weird time. Like, this isn't necessarily the August stuff, I don't think. I think that this is the August stuff, because remember, I printed out all of those dividers, and the August divider is this one with the rainbows on it. So rainbows. So I was using this page, which I pulled some of the stickers off. I pulled off some stars and some rainbows, and I've taken all those and put them along the margin on this page. It's got a blue thing up here. I just happened to be using a blue Post-it note page that day when I was outlining all the major dates that I already knew. I stuck a blue sticker over here. So now I'm kind of stuck with the blue. But what I'm going to be doing is replacing these with different stickers and then just making it look cute. So let me take a look at this. I've got some things here that are larger. All of these details are things that I also will put in my lesson plan days so that I know where those are. This first one, I don't have students at all this week, and we don't report. So there's no lessons that go there. This is a report week. But again, no lessons need to go there. But I'm not going to take either of those pages out because I want this calendar page and I want this page. So this ends up being sort of my catch-all where I throw my Post-it notes that tell me when something is going to happen. And then our first week of school. I've gone through and I've added all my headers too. First week of school would be this week, and so this is where I'll start putting all my lesson planning stuff, which isn't what this video is going to be about. This is just going to be laying out the school calendar. So the way that I would do this, take a look at this guy. So I like my rainbows, and my stars are the same colors, and so those are nice for filler. I've got a metallic one there, came from somewhere. I'm also going to use boxes to fill in all these because that's just the way that my brain works. I tend to line up things pretty logically and not necessarily artistically. And so I've noticed a lot of folks when they set up their planner, they do things like put a box in the middle. And to my brain, like, I'm so linear, that doesn't make sense to me. I like them to be like in a box. Maybe you can lean over a box. And so since I like the blue with this, and it kind of goes with the, I mean, it doesn't, but it's got some of the blues and greens. I'm going to pull some things from this teacher book too, because it's got some boxes and flags and stuff. So there's a couple of blue boxes, but I've only got 3. I've got a couple here where I've got a pink box and a girl in a blue outfit. Here's an orange box and a girl in a blue outfit. And here's a blue box with a pink outfit. And so I kind of like those. Maybe this bird, because he's cool. Maybe that bird. I know, this is tough, right? Anyway, I try not to get too much in my head about picking a sticker for my book. I'm going to save these for the weeklies for this one because they match the divider. I wish this one had more boxes, to be honest. seasonal one has some boxes. I don't think it does. It's got some that are in the reds and the oranges, but I kind of want to stick to blues. All right, so we're just gonna dive into this, and I'm gonna kind of look for larger things that I can use first. So this is a small thing, and one thing to note, I write the dates on these just so that I keep track of them, but I don't need the whole piece there. I only need a short little bit. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll look and see if I have washi that matches that and use washi as a sticker. These boxes are my marker for me. Well, just have a lot of little things that I want to put in here, but not as many stickers as I'd like. So I don't think each one's going to get a sticker. That's okay. So I don't know what those 2 days are going to be. So I'm going to grab faculty meeting. Yeah, I'm not into the tweezers. Do you guys love the tweezers? If you like tweezers, tell me why I need tweezers. Curious about that. Okay, so this day is teacher and service. I don't know what our report times for that are going to be. This one is going to be captain meeting. Yeah, so this will be, we report with our captains. So this is all the senior student leadership and all the faculty. And then we have a mass together and a house meeting. So that's where we do long range planning for our house for the year. And we've already had a single meeting about that. What I'm gonna do, where'd they go? I'm gonna grab some of these little stars and put those in there. Just because it'll be cute. Oh, I didn't even use any of the pink ones. And I don't know what time our in-service starts yet. I'm sure we'll get that later. That's not a big deal. Okay, so we were saying before, sometimes plans change. Plans changing is okay. A good way to deal with that, honestly, just cross it out. You know, it's not a big deal. You don't have to share this with everyone. Not a big deal. So this is our first football game and a sock hop. That'll be pretty fun, actually. Looking for a smallish box here. First football game and sock hop on the 20th. We didn't really have a normal football year last year, so hopefully these all run as planned. Sock hops are really fun. So this Out for Adventure planner has tons of dots, and they're all different shapes. They're circles and squares. The same color shows up with other shapes too in the book, but this is why I need tweezers. Close enough. Football game. Okay, so that's everything that goes on that side. We've got another meeting over here, first day for students. So this is for all students. Do we have a first day sticker? Got all these teacher planners, no first day sticker. Okay, I don't think there's one in there. Let's see if there's one in here. There's some of these stickers missing because I've kind of played around with some of the months already. Winter, fall. There's back to school, class pictures, award ceremony. Maybe we'll just have to go with back to school. I like these blue flags. Where do they go? There they go. So I've got some blue flags I can use. Okay, so up here on August 3rd, we're going to have scheduled pickup days on the 3rd and the 4th. So I want to record those on there. All right, so this is the prep for scheduled pickup. So people who are getting together to get ready for that. Dot up there, and then let's see, and today is scheduled pickup day on the 4th, and there's 2 shifts for that. So there's these are our senior leaders again, and then one from noon to 3:30. Alrighty. No, that was a heart. Hearts are directional, so I have to put them straight up. All right, there we go. There's our heart. Cool. So we can get rid of this post-it note. Check it off the list. A meeting here for new teachers. This is actually a really good thing that our school does, where we have our new folks come in, and our new faculty, and they go through a day of training that shows them everything that they need to know about the culture of our school. And our house is only expected to get 1 new teacher. So I've got some kids that'll be doing that. See, I can make them overlap. Feel okay about myself. All right. Committee meetings. I probably don't want to do full stickers for committee meetings this year. So we'll do okay. Trying to decide blue or gold. Blue or gold. How about instead I do a little flag. Flag there. This one, House Council meeting. So our student leadership House Council is kids from different grade levels, from different houses. And so they have meetings so that they kind of sort that all out. Almost done. Okay, so this is a big day because we have a lot of stuff going on. So I'm going to see if I've got like a nice bigger sticker. I'm about to make a sticker. I'm eyeing these blue boxes here. Maybe overlapping them with something. Kind of wonder how one of these circle stickers would fit on there. The blue circle would be too much. See, one of the funny things about these is that when you're flipping through these books, and I take a look at these stickers, I'm like, okay, I've got this one that has a sunshine on it, it says planet. And the green one that has the rainbow on it, but it's green. Like this to me is like March, but this one will probably end up in March. You know, so should I go ahead and use this? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not sure what odor means. Freshman orientation. Let's see if it's on my list. Not on there. I don't know what it means. So we've got at least 4 things. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my planet sticker. And I'm going to write on here. Freshman orientation. If I'm going to run out of space, I just start truncating things. We have a fashion show because we have a dress code, and that shows kids how they need to dress. We have new student orientation, which is transfer students. They get a different orientation than freshmen do. New students get new house shirts, and then we have this ODAR thing, which I'm not sure what that is, but it's in my notes, so I'm going to write it down just in case it's something I need to pay attention to. The times on this is just our normal times, so I'm not going to bother with writing that down. Take this guy. He's going to fill up that whole thing. Okay. Yeah, so now it doesn't say 16, but that's okay. I can figure that out. The last one says first day for all students. I kind of want to make that fancy. I've got back to school. Why don't I have a first day sticker? Got spring break. Got science fair. No first day. I might cheat on my first day of school on you guys. Okay, other teacher planners. Do I have one in here? Yeah, these seasonal ones like drive me nuts because they're not, it's a teacher sticker book, but it starts with like January. Like, why are you starting with January? You're a teacher sticker book. You are not on that calendar. Conference. So this one just says back to school too. It doesn't say first day. Okay, not that one. Here's the first day of school, but that's not very exciting. Look, that one says schedule. You can put it right there. This almost kind of go with the colors. These actually go really well. Okay, we're just gonna go back to school. First day, all students. It's a back to school sticker. All right, so we got our back to school sticker. Do I want to put anything behind it? Sometimes I do that. There's some birthday stuff. I haven't gone through and done all my birthdays because I kind of want to reserve that information. Seriously tempted. No, that's not right. I don't think I want to put a large sticker in here because if I did something like put this in here, then I wouldn't be able. I don't think I want to do something like put this on top of a large sticker in this area, because I think if I did that, I wouldn't be able to write anything there. And I like the idea of having that flexibility. So I'll probably just end up sticking this guy in there. I'm just looking to see if there's like a dot or something. Sorry, looking at my watercolor one. Yeah, not gonna be in that one. And let's see if there's anybody in here. Just kind of shocked there's not a like first day of school. Okay, I'm just gonna put this guy in there. I'm gonna put it at the top. And I'll show you guys a trick that I've been picking up from other places. All right, so I've got this white pen, and if I want to put this up here, one thing that you can do if you want to just outline a small space is just kind of gauge about how big it is. I'm gonna mark there, mark about there. And this doesn't, like, I wouldn't use this in place of whiteout on something, but it's definitely less obtrusive than using whiteout tape. I'm gonna let it dry, and then I'm gonna do a little bit more. This is just one of those Jelly Roll Sakura pens. This is, I don't know, I got it at Michael's or online or something. They come in a pack of 3. Which is kind of nice because then you can have them in different places. So I'm just kind of blotting it out just a little bit so it's a little bit more faded. And then I'm going to put this guy on top. So there we go. Now I've got a kind of summer themed seasonal calendar page, right? With my little ornithologist person. I've decided they're ornithologists because I'm a science teacher. So that's how this page will look, so that I have everything in there, so that when I'm doing those organizational meetings, I already, these rings drive me crazy for some of these. I don't know why people take them off. So now I know how I'm going to keep track of all that stuff. Now, knowing those things, I can take a look at my calendar and think, all right, what are the things that I have to actually get done for these? Well, I don't really need to show up for this, but I know that my captains will be doing these things. So I like to pay attention to what our house captains are doing. So house captains are student leadership in our school building. I'm a house dean, which means that my job is partly to make sure a lot of the things that involve student leadership function correctly. And so the captains are going to be doing schedule pickup on the 3rd and the 4th, and I'm going to want to see who's doing that. I'm going to want to be tracking if they're doing the academic committee meeting, and that's just one captain. If they're doing this House Council meeting, I'm not actually really responsible for much with House Council, but this year I do want to reach out to the students that we have that are moving up in our house in student government positions so that I can kind of keep track of them. I'm going to need to be paying attention to orientation. So this is how awesome our orientation. This is how awesome our captains are. This is a volunteer position, and so one of the things I'm trying to do this year is come up with better ways to thank them for the work that they do for us, because I feel like maybe we don't thank them as much as we should. But I also have captains doing Carol 101. It's okay that this is a little bit mixed up because I'll be paying attention to this in July, but because August is the first part of this calendar, I stick it in the August part. So orientation will be the 16th. They're also going to need to show up for our in-service day. This is a really good day too, because that's a day where we set our expectations for the year with captains and meet with them about what's going to be going on. I don't think our captains don't really have any responsibilities with the sock hop. So I take this Post-it note. Honestly, I just keep a pair of scissors by my desk and just chop these off. So I buy big Post-it notes and trim them. And this is stuff that's going to go on this page. So this is stuff I'm going to have to be paying attention to before August hits, because I'm going to need to run with it. Other things that I'm also paying attention to right now is Master Teacher, which is something I'm doing to improve my license this year. For Master Teacher, some of the things that I'm going to need to do. I already created outlines for everything. I'm going to have to start. I have to get evidence for different tasks. So that's one thing that I have to do, is hunt down what evidence I'm going to use. I like to keep track of my professional development things on these folder tabs and when I need to do them, just because it gives me a place to put them that's not just making a list on one page. I don't know. It gives me a place to focus. With them being on Post-it notes, I can also move them through my planner if I need to. Dates to remember are going to be student birthdays. Okay, so that's the stuff that'll go on that page. Now I have this thing. So now the next step is that I don't do my lesson planning out of this page. This is a page that I use for long-term planning. So when the captains come to me and they want to do an event, or if I want to have a special speaker in or something, I will use this page to make sure that there's not going to be a special schedule on that day. Normally we get our information in our school building. I'll get the end of the previous month what the schedule will be for the next month. So if I want to know something more than about 30 days in advance, using my calendar is a way to do that. Now, what I've decided I'm going to do, these things that may impact what's going on with school, we have an in-service, we have this. None of these things are actually going to impact the day-to-day stuff that's going on in the school. So what I mean by that is sort of our daily schedule, like our bell schedule. So things that'll go on this page will be things that I need to do in light of my planning, which I can talk about, my lesson planning, which I'll talk about later. But what will happen during the rest of the year is if there's something special that's happening on one of these days. If students are going to be out of the building for a retreat, I'll write that on a little tag and stick it in here. Last year, when we had remote days, I wrote that on these pages. I think what I'm going to do for those is use, I missed them. These guys. And they fit in that space. Some of these have dots and some of them are open, but I don't really care. So those boxes will go here, and that highlights when students are going to be out of the building. This column will be for a daily schedule, and then I'll have Post-it notes going through here for my classes, but I'm not going to set those up in this video. So I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing the way that I set up my calendar page. I am my style tends to be very practical. I like having little stickers in here just because I think it's cute. You know, if you have a day where you're just having a rough day, or something happened or something didn't go as you planned, for me, I don't know, it cheers me up having a cute little planner. And I know that that's really corny, but one, having something that's attractive that I worked on is something that makes me feel good about forward planning. And having something cute that's sitting there also helps when, you know, when I'm not having a 100% day. So I hope that you guys are having a great summer and that you stay safe and you be well. I'll talk to you soon.